Yeah, that AC pressure, that's a little low. Hello and welcome to How to Helen, where you learn something different every day. In this episode, we will be adding refrigerant to this 2012 Scion IQ or Toyota IQ. Yes, this cutie patootie car. Now, we know it is low in refrigerant because the driver's side vent is blowing warm air while the passenger side vent is blowing cold air. And this car doesn't have dual climate control zone features, so we know it is low in refrigerant. The interesting part of our project today is the charge ports. The high pressure port is right here outside, while the low pressure port, the one we need, is buried deep inside the engine bay. Now, who thought of putting it back there? As you can see, the high pressure port is just out here, but the low pressure port is all the way in there. Why would you put it in there? So reach deep inside the engine bay and remove the low pressure port cover. Be careful not to drop it inside. There you go. You know it's the low pressure port because there's an L on the cover. Now, because it's deep in there, I would advise to connect the charge connector first before starting the car. So you can see it's now connected. Just double check. Now let's start the car. Put the blower motor all the way up and the temperature gauge in maximum cold. As the instruction said, start shaking the can first. Now, as you can see, the pressure in the system is low. It should be between 30 to 40 psi in this weather. So after shaking the can, start depressing the trigger to add refrigerant. Alternate the can in the 12 o'clock position while depressing and 3 o'clock position. And as you can see, the pressure is starting to build up. Continue doing this until you reach the middle of 30 and 40 psi. Alright, now we're about 35 psi, so that should be good. Now remove the AC recharge connector. Put the cover back. Be careful not to drop it. And as you can see, the cover is back in its position. And that is how you add refrigerant on a 2012 Scion IQ or Toyota IQ. This has been another episode of How to Helen. My name's RJ, and thank you for watching.